Tuesday, November 21st, 2023. That's my dog barking because even though it's 4:30, he thinks it's dinner time. I hate standard time. Um, all right. So for yesterday in The View, they talked about because it was Biden's birthday, how old he is, um, which is a boring story. And today they talked about Trump, uh, which in itself is a boring story. Um, but the the two kind of go hand in hand. Trump, called for like just forget the primary, just let's just make me the nominee. We're fine. And I get that his base loves that his tough talking stance, and he's like, yeah, he's a winner, and he's just the art of the deal. He's gonna make his way, like, but as if Trump has ever accomplished anything on his own, other than failing at casinos and a bazillion business ventures. Um, so they all think he's a tough talking, like, kind of take no prisoners, and they love him. And it was said today, about the his base loving him basically for the racism. I've said this since 2016. What is it about him? It's the racism. He hates all the same people that they want to hate, and he makes it okay for them to hate those people outwardly. So it's always been about the bigotry. Um, but if it were anybody else saying, uh, forget the primary or let's jail my political opponents, they'd be screaming overreach, government fascism, blah, blah. Like they didn't have a freaking cow. It's just they happen to agree with this one. Um, but if it was someone saying, I'm taking all your guns away, just unilaterally, forget Congress. I don't need Congress. I think people would have a problem with that kind of leadership because it's fascism. It's a dictatorship. It's not American democracy. So I don't know where these people who think they call themselves patriots, if they really understand what democracy is at all. They probably don't because our education system is failing us miserably. But that's by design by the Republicans. Keep them dumb. Keep them dumb, keep them sick, keep them poor, blame everybody else and say, I'm the only one who can fix it, and then do nothing to fix it, but just make the problems worse. That's been the Republican playbook since Reagan, and it's worked genius. Like they've got the ultimate buffoon as their leader. So that's annoying. Uh, and Whoopi saying we get what we deserve. No, you know what? I don't know that we do. It's somehow we've allowed all this corruption to happen. But like, what are we supposed to be doing about that? How do we fix it? Um, it's incredibly frustrating, and to see us so far down this rabbit hole, that every election feels like we're on the precipice of losing democracy is pretty fucking embarrassing, actually. It's terrifying, but it's also embarrassing. Um, and somebody commented on a thing about Joe Biden's age, and I think even Anna was saying he should embrace his age, and point out other people in their 80s and what they're doing. I don't know that if you point out Jane Fonda, that would really help swing a lot of votes, because uh, there's so many people who are holding a grudge against her from Vietnam, yet they still consider the January 6th terrorists, insurrectionists, patriots. The hypocrisy. Anyway, um, Rita Moreno, who's old? I was gonna say Rod Stewart. I don't know how old he is, but he's probably in his 80s. Mick Jagger, like, you know, Clint Eastwood. They love Clint Eastwood. Um, Harrison Ford, like some action heroes. To, like if the, try and find somebody in their wheelhouse. Is 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 Clint still alive? I mean, the last time we saw him, he was talking to a chair, so I don't know. Anyway, uh, yeah, and somebody had commented that we should be calling him Papa Joe, and I kind of love that, Papa Joe. Um, he's fine. He is like everybody's grandpa. Everybody loved Reagan as America's grandpa, um, with his literally red rouge, rosy cheeks. Um, so I feel like once again we're going to miss the mark on marketing the Democrats, uh, making them seem relatable at all, and not pointing out enough how much the Republicans don't want to govern. Um, the talking point that keeps getting repeated about failing Democrat cities. Fuck you. That's not what's happening. The states that do the worst are the ones that have been Republican led for decades. Like, why aren't we talking about that? Republicans lose jobs. Republicans have um, terrible economies, terrible education. They they take more in government assistance than all those goddamn coastal elite liberal states. Um, they're the ones we because we are the ones that are actually boosting them up. You know, New York takes far less in federal aid than they get, and Mississippi and Alabama and all of them are just raping for government assistance, and yet somehow the evil Democrats, those coastal elites, are just they're the problem, and we're trying to give everything away. Well, you're taking it. Oh, God. And Amy Alyssa Farrah Griffin has got to give up this whole Nikki Haley thing. It's a pipe dream. She just won't let it go. She just keeps saying, she's got a chance. She's got a chance. No, she really probably doesn't. Um, Also, she's also a fascist. What did she say today? Oh, they're going after Medicare. Like, uh, no, uh, no, you can't take away Medicare. You can't take away Medicaid. You can't take away Social Security. We've paid into that shit. That's ours. Stop gutting the fundamental systems that are meant to help people um, live in their old age. Like, people literally fucking rely on that in order to live. Um, and it just continues the wealth gap. If we're not going to take care of people who've paid into a system and deserve to really reap the benefits of what they paid into their whole lives. It's fucking ridiculous that any of that stuff is even on the table. But you know, keep them dumb, keep them sick, keep them poor, blame everybody else.